Anyway, enough of the jokes. Let's get into the mother of all bombs that has been dropped on Georgia. Georgia right now, oh boy, yes, they are probably going to have to build another floor in the prison to house all the Democrats. Because video evidence, for everybody that screams about evidence, everybody that says there's no evidence. Really? Because we just dropped it. Are you listening yet, America? Are you listening to when people go on about election meddling? Video shows Georgia vote counters pull ballots out of black suitcases after sending everybody home. Now, there's two narratives that are running about this. There's two side stories that are running sort of on parallel tracks. One is the fact that they sent everybody home at around 11:30 at night and then proceeded to start counting ballots when there was no witnesses, which, by the way, not shady at all, right? Yeah, right. But anyway, but also the fact is that people are asking why these ballots were stored in a suitcase under a table with a tablecloth over it. Now, even if these ballots are legal, and that's a big if, even if these ballots are legal, why were you counting them when the poll watchers were sent home? Even if the Democrats can turn around and say, no, all these ballots, these were legal ballots, they were just stored there to be counted. Okay, but you still counted ballots after poll watchers were sent home. That in itself is bad. Let alone the fact that we have no chain of custody for these ballots. We don't know where they came from. We don't know where they've been. Okay, even presuming, like I say, presume that they're good, they're on the level. Presuming that, and this is a big presume that they are level. Right, they're fine, they can be counted. Why are you doing it after you sent people home? That in itself should invalidate the Georgia's election results. Let alone the fact that we don't know where these ballots come from. I just realised Trump's on my TV out in the room. But bombshell video released in Georgia by the Trump legal team during today's hearing shows a group of female voter counters sending everyone home, waiting until all observers are gone, then pulling black suitcases out from under the table and counting the ballots concealed within while there's no oversight or clear chain of custody for where the black suitcases came from. Now, in today's Georgia hearing, I think it was actually done in Michigan, but regardless, President Trump's legal team revealed security camera videos showing voting tabulators in Georgia sending all observers and volunteers home and then putting a series of black suitcases underneath the table and tabulating those ballots concealed within. Jackie Pickey, a lawyer who was a volunteer for the purposes after appearance, told the legislators in the hearing that what you're going to see happen at 11 o'clock is once everyone is gone, coast is clear, they're going to pull ballots out from under the table. Now, she also adds that her team first had to establish whether it was normal to store suitcases of ballots under a tablecloth, and after reviewing the previous footage, they established that typically you're going to find ballots back in this corner. She's pointing towards the empty room. Then they get moved in a circular through the room. This table, the black one, was placed there by a lady with a blonde braids at about 2 a.m. or 8:22 a.m. in the morning. She put the table there so that the same person who's staying behind now, the same person clearing the place out under the pretense they were going to stop counting, is the same person who put the table there at 8:22 in the morning. I saw 4 suitcases come out from under the table. So, what did they do? They set up a black table or a table at 8:22 in the morning with a tablecloth over it to hide anything that was under it. Under that table were 4 suitcases full of ballots. At 11 or so in the afternoon at night, they sent everybody home. Told everybody they were going to stop counting. We're done counting, everybody. Everybody go home. Everybody leaves. And then they turn around and pull out these ballots from under the tablecloth that was concealed by the table and start telling them without any oversight or any witnesses or any chain of custody. This is election fraud. This is proof. And we actually have the video, and I have to go through and confirm I'm not a robot. Oh, you really? You joking? Fire hydrant. Okay, yeah, those are fire hydrants. That's a fire hydrant too. That's a fire hydrant too. Verify. So, now, funny thing is that it's obviously gone through and it's been dropped. This has been dropped, and obviously while the Trump legal team was going through and was in hearings. Now, we do actually have the full video, which I'm going to paste here. So this is the tweet where they actually go through and they talk about it. So let's just watch. For people that don't believe me, people that are sitting there claiming this is BS, you can watch this yourself.
Said they were the last people to leave State Farm Arena along with the Fox News crew, accepting those 4 people. So what you're going to see, look at the ladies in yellow. You'll see that they will begin just sitting still, doing nothing, ostensibly not working,
Up
because
here.
after all, they said they're going to stop counting. They will
And
wait
you notice these people. You notice these people here will leave.
The witnesses over there in that roped off area, the press and the observers, leave the room. Then you'll see.
Now this is where they're supposed to be stored. I presume is over here or over here. Not under this frigging table.
See them move into action and begin scanning ballots. Okay, so I think what we can do now is fast forward to about 11. Do you see them? Yeah. Okay, they're
there. Now they fast forwarded the video to about 11 o'clock. You notice these guys up here, they're all gone, right? They're all gone home because they've been told they're stopping counting. We're stopping the count, everybody. Free to go home. All the observers have gone, right?
They're walking off. But the ladies in yellow are still there. Yes, keep your eyes on the lady in purple and the 2 in yellow and the woman in the blue apron with blonde braids, because those are the people who stay behind. Okay, so what you're going to see happen at about 11 o'clock is once everyone is gone, coast is clear, they are going to pull ballots out from underneath a table. Watch this table.
This table right here. This is where you want to watch, right here.
So actually this will take a few minutes, but we did not know when we first watched this, okay, is it normal to store suitcases of ballots under a table, under a tablecloth? Is that how they run the place?
Hang on. I've got the full video. Let me get the full video for you guys. So,
at about 8 o'clock in the morning, we're gonna.
This might be the whole thing here.
At about 8 o'clock.
All right, full screen again.
In the morning, we're going to roll this back and show it to you.
Right, here it is here. Here they are, right here, pulling ballots out from under the table.
There you go. So now they're going to start pulling these ballots out from under this table. This table, the black one, was placed there by...
There, right there. Box full of ballots, right there. That one just pulled it out right there.
The lady with the blonde braids at about 8:22 a.m. in the morning. So she put that table there. So the same person who's staying behind now, the same person who cleared the place out.
Oh, there, another one, right there. Another box, right there.
Under the pretense that we're going to stop counting, is the person who put the table there at 8:22 in the morning. Yeah, I saw 4 suitcases come out from underneath the table.
Oh, there we go. Bing, bing, bing. We have a third or even possibly a fourth. I've seen 3 so far.
Yeah, upper right hand, you see the gentleman in the red.
Yep.
So he just pulled one out.
Another box full of ballots. Another suitcase full of ballots.
So what are these ballots doing there, separate from all the other ballots? And why are they only counting them whenever the place is cleared out with no witnesses?
And you can see, right up here, no witnesses whatsoever. To anybody screaming, where's the proof? Do you need any more? Is this going to satisfy you? Because if it doesn't, you're nothing more than a partisan hack. If you still see this right here and say, at the very least, Georgia's election was perfectly fine, after seeing this, you are a partisan hack. Anybody who sees this is obviously got to be sitting there saying, why are you counting ballots from a suitcase pulled out under a tablecloth while the observers have gone home and you've sent them all home for the night? Why are you doing this? If this election is up on up, if this election is honest, if this election isn't fraudulent at all, what excuse do you have to count election ballots after you sent everybody home? Oh, and it gets better, don't you worry. Next video coming up. Oh boy, we got another story for you guys what are going to hear. But at the end of the day, for everybody that screams, where's the proof? Send them this video. This is the proof right here.
Is the question. So these machines can process about 3,000 ballots an hour. You have multiple machines there, and they're there for 2 hours. So you do the math. How many ballots went through those machines in those 2 hours when there was no one there to supervise, to be present, consistent with your statutes and rules, to supervise the tabulation? We believe that could easily be, and probably is certainly, beyond the margin of victory in this race.
It really is frustrating, and like there's people that you talk about on Twitter, right? And they're just sticking their head in the sand. There's some girl I'm talking to right now, and she's like, "There's no proof. I've literally sent her this video." Her response: "It seems like there's people more able than me to have answers to these questions in court all around the country." In other words, I can't argue with this. This is bad. This looks bad. I can't dispute anything that you have said. But, it gets better. It gets so much more better. Let me turn on my... I wanted to turn off the aspect ratio so you guys could actually see the video in its entirety. So we'll turn that and that back on, and we got that again. Now, this is them talking about it over in I believe, Georgia? Okay, maybe it was Georgia. But here they are talking about it in Georgia.
Is that...
Now, this girl here, you see, the one freaking out a little bit, she's a Democrat. Can you guess? Can you guess her party affiliation?
These very allegations came up right away after the election, almost a month ago, and have been repeatedly discussed by the Secretary of State's office, including everything that we're seeing here.
But is this
and
not
there have been explanations for all of it.
Is this not the first time this video has been shown?
I believe that this is the first time this video has been seen.
And
It
the,
is.
And
That's
the news
correct.
media hasn't seen this video or have not?
They have
put it
not.
out. They have not.
Because
put
I've
it out.
been in contact with counsel for the State Farm Arena, and
Will be today.
Okay, Senator Anderson, you're on number 6.
You can see the...
Now, this guy is, he's the one I'm actually watching it from. He's the one talking about it, this salty cracker. At the end of the day, he's claiming that she's freaking out. And look, yeah, she's freaking out a little bit, sure. But I don't think it's anywhere as bad as what he's saying. But at the end of the day, guys, yeah, it is it's been an interesting few days. I have been glued to watching these hearings. I have a newfound appreciation for law. But at the end of the day, and that's why there haven't been much videos lately, it's just because of the fact I've been watching all this and just basically soaking it in. Just absorbing it like I'm salt. I'm salt. Give me that water. Give me that moisture. And I'm just sucking it all up and just, I'm going to make a video exploding it all. Just talking about everything that has been covered in these court hearings. Hopefully. But yeah, but at the end of the day, guys, this is bad. This is really, really bad. And anybody that says there's no proof right now, there's no proof, why is the mainstream media not talking about this? You think, right, that the Trump legal team is throwing this video up on the online? You think at the end of the day, the mainstream media might want to talk about it, but no, it's radio silence. They're just pretending this video don't exist. It's really interesting. Really interesting indeed, isn't it? But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Obviously, at the end of the day, the video has been helpful. Please smack that like button if you're new to the channel. Welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night, and I'll see you soon. Because, oh, well, we got a doozy of a second video. Have a great night, and enjoy.